How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I'm the curator for the Golden Age, and this is another...
Lost Heroes of the Golden Age.
Yes, this is another Lost Heroes of the Golden Age, and this time we are going to be doing...
No, don't.
Don't what?
Don't review this one today.
But it's a Golden Age hero.
I have a different one for you.
You want me to do a different one?
Yes, it's in your book.
My book. I mean this one.
Yes.
What page?
Page 29, I believe.
Captain Truth? You know he only had one appearance.
I am aware.
I don't even think this takes place in the States, despite Uncle Sam appearing there. You want me to review this one?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because you haven't done him yet.
I hadn't reviewed the hero I was going to go.
Do it anyways.
Okay. The voice has requested Captain Truth. I don't have too much to say about this. It's not an American comic. It came out in 1945, which was the same year that World War II ended. This comic book kind of plays more to the social consciousness than it does about a superhero. It wasn't all that popular. I don't think any of the characters that came out of this comic on page 29 from Gold Medal Comics, I'm not sure if any of them went on after this. It's the first time I've ever reviewed this comic at all. So, let's go ahead and see the hero that the voice wanted to cover. It's about as unusual and silly as the Cyclone.
Hey!
Don't. It's the same premise of hiding his uniform somewhere. That doesn't make any sense. As ridiculous as the Cyclone. So let's go ahead and cover this one. Captain Truth. Captain Truth, Ken Elliott, first appeared in Gold Medal Comics in 1945. The original publisher was Cambridge House, and it was created by Bob Fucitani. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. I looked up our pronunciation site. Okay, real quick on the intro here. This is the last part of the recordings. When I did the review, I thought that this was a British comic because it was from Cambridge House. This actually was a Canadian comic book. It only has one other print from Great Action Comics number 1 is a reprint. This is the first, last, and only appearance. Let's get started. Well, I actually like the cover here, except for the center hero. There's a number of guys on here I hope to review in the future, because this is Golden Age. Okay, we start off with the first page. Have you ever wished and wished for that wish to come true? I don't... Why is that your opening sentence? This is the story of a lad who had that amazing power, or does he? That's the quandary Captain Truth finds himself in when he tackles the intricate case of the Vanishing Boy. There is no Vanishing Boy in this story at all. Why would you even call it that? All right. With the opening page here, we see... I don't even know what to say about this splash page. It looks like a guy is going to stab Uncle Sam in the back. And okay. So, we find Captain Truth standing on top of this building, and 4 guys are breaking into a swap shop. Okay, this is Cambridge House, so this can't be an American comic. We wouldn't call something like that a swap shop. That would be a pawn shop. Okay, Blackie and his gang of black market thieves. They're not getting away this time. Next, we see these guys, and they're ransacking the shop, and he wants them to grab the light bulbs. But golly, Blackie, what can we make out of light bulbs? Pennies, that's all. Shut up, you slug, and I do the thinking for this outfit. He starts lining up all the light bulbs, and he says it's because they contain tungsten, which is hard to get right now. Now, whether or not the tungsten is hard to get, the light bulbs do actually contain tungsten. Even today, incandescent light bulbs still use them. So there is a little bit of scientific truth behind that. And tungsten was also used in World War II. Now, the war officially ended in 1945. This comic takes place in 1945. So whether or not the war was over when this was written and put out, can't really say. But the fact that light bulbs contain tungsten is true, and the fact that we used tungsten in the war effort was also true. So there's a lot of validity to what's going on right here. Okay, Captain Truth shows up and starts taking down the bad guys. And he's using, one-liners that's, here's a little prescription for an upset stomach. Hey, well, handsome Harry, I thought I'd make you look a little more like what you are, a rat. Okay, I don't know. So he starts beating up all the bad guys, and Blackie takes the owner of the shop into a truck. I think more of as an insurance policy. Oh no, the shopkeeper's in trouble. Rush him! So he takes in all the bad guys, and he catches up with the truck as it starts to speed off. Which, it looks like it's going down a hill, so it would go faster than a normal truck speeding off. He catches up to it, so I guess this indicates that he has some speed. So he catches up to the truck and grabs it and makes it come to a halt, which also shows that he has super strength. Now, as he's rescuing the shopkeepers, the crooks run off. That's the third time they've eluded me. A shrewd mob, all right, and chasing them has tired me out. So he has about a regular amount of stamina. I think this is just an unusual outfit. He's got the boots, the gloves, and trunks and cape, but he's got what looks like a Three Musketeers hat with an unusually large feather. I don't like the trunks-only clad superheroes. I've said it time and time again. And when they're only wearing trunks and they don't have a shirt on, it's even more disturbing. I mean, what's he trying to do? Show off his six-pack or something? Anyways, we see him switching his clothes and heading back to a good night's rest, and I'll take the trail once more. I wish I were in bed right now. Now, he comes to what appears to be his place, and there's a number of people with furniture all over the yard. Let's see. Everybody's being evicted, but what for? I paid rent. Me too. They come over to, I guess this guy's called Mr. Blade. Why have we all been evicted? Hold your horses, son. Now, this whole transition thing doesn't make any sense. Now, I understand eminent domain, but considering that I think that we're not in the U.S., I don't know if Britain has eminent domain. And if you're going to be taking somebody's place of residence where they live, they must be properly compensated. Doesn't sound like any of these people are. They don't know why they're being evicted. I don't think any of this is legal. Now, he says these wretched tenements are being torn down to make way for low rental housing. Why don't you use an area where there aren't people living? I'm pretty sure in 1945 there were a large amount of open spaces where you can build new projects without having to take an old project down, and building something from scratch in an area that has not been disturbed yet would actually cost you less because you have to tear down the old buildings. So you have to pay a wrecking crew too. But this whole thing is like, Oh, that changes everything. I won't stand in the way of better homes for people. You are losing your house. Everybody in that building is losing their house. So you're saying better homes for people, but what about the people who live there, including yourself? The whole if anybody else can explain to me how this whole thing makes sense of people losing their houses so they can build houses for people who don't have houses instead of just building something new somewhere else, I don't understand the sense of this whole thing. Anyways, sometimes later, I'm going to miss the old place. It wasn't much, but it was home. Oh no, their boy seems to be in trouble. Yeah, I just don't understand why he loses his home and he's okay with it. Anyways, he sees his boy crying and he knows the kid's name. What's wrong, Joey? Well, he's like, everything. Well, it can't be that bad. Look at me. I've got no place to sleep tonight. You haven't? Well, you can stay at my house until tomorrow. So our hero follows Joey home, and the mother says it's all right for him to stay. And they look like they're a very poor family. So when they offer him food, he says that he's already eaten. The father comes home, and we find out that he's part of Blackie's gang. Why, that's Slug Warner, one of Blackie's gangsters. No wonder poor Joey was crying. Now, the family sits down to eat, and he asks Ken if he's going to eat. He says he's already eaten. Don't lie, son. Come here and join us. I didn't bring home much dough, Mary. That rat Black. Heck, I'm sick of living. And Ken is just sitting around, our hero, and just watching everything as it goes through. They're going to go to sleep. Slug wishes them good night. And Joey says, well, you see, my father's a crook. I wish I could. What's the use? Now, they go out and they start walking that morning. And as they venture into the park, they see a lady, and she dropped her purse. Joey runs and picks it back up and gives it to her, and this appears to be a gypsy woman. She says, I'll tell you your fortune. Ha! What is this I see? You are soon to receive an amazing gift. You have but to wish, and your wishes will be granted. Did you hear that? I can wish for anything. I want to fly like Captain Truth. So he takes off and he actually starts flying through the air. Now, we know that Ken is Captain Truth, so he decides to change and take off after Joey. Now, I would love to know where he was hiding that uniform. Now, I know he's not wearing much of a uniform, but where's the gloves, where's the cape, and where's the hat with that magnificently oversized feather? He wasn't hiding it under the suit and tie. Okay, so he catches up to Joey and he lowers him to the ground. I wish for something I've always wished for, and it never came true. I wish my father would go straight. So we know that Captain Truth can now fly. Above, Ken's ears hears the fervent prayer, and he wants his father to go straight. Okay. So let's run down the powers that we've listed so far. He's got what appears to be a measure of super speed, super strength. He can fly, and he's got super hearing. Because look how high in the air he is, and he hears Joey's wish. So as he's flying, he sees something suspicious happening at the pier. Let's see, they're stealing food. So the crooks engage Captain Truth, and they shoot him, and the bullets bounce off of him. So now we found out that he is super durable to the level of being bulletproof. So he knocks out all the thugs and throws them onto the boat, and then he goes and confronts, as Captain Truth piles the unconscious thugs aboard the barge, Slug Warner suddenly appears. I'm in for more trouble. The boat starts to go out, and it says, out in the river, and we're heading right for the ocean. So Captain Truth approaches Slug and says, I'm going to show you the consequences of your crime against your own country. Come with me. Fleet as a flash of thought, Captain Truth takes his passenger on an educational tour. Okay, first stop, a public school in a nearby city. We're hungry, teacher, but we haven't had any shipments of food for days. There just isn't any. Yeah, I don't think American public schools look like that. But I don't know. I didn't go to school in the 1940s. A war plant. Why can't we keep turning off superchargers? No metal, man. We can't get a hold of any tungsten. Wharf at a western point. How long are we going to wait for that shipment of superchargers? I'm getting sore. How do you think our boys on New Guinea feel? Grounded because they can't get any airplane parts. Finally, an airfield somewhere on New Guinea. If we had those superchargers, we'd show you a couple of real tricks. Look carefully, Slugwater. These are the things that happen when you steal from your government. So Captain Truth takes Slug to back to his house, hoping that he has seen the errors of his ways. I've done all I can. Guess I'd better switch. So he switches back into Ken, and he's got to have super speed to change back this fast. Where'd you come from? Where'd Captain Truth go? I wouldn't know. I've been waiting here for you. Why were you waiting there for him? I mean, you just said that you were going to find a new place to sleep. Why is what he's doing any... never mind. Let's see. Arthur, what's happened? You've looked changed. Okay, so he was going by Slug, but his name is Arthur. I've changed, Mary. I'm a different man. So he talks to his son, and the son says, it worked. I wish my father would go straight, and he did. He says, no, it doesn't have anything to do with it. I wish Captain Truth opened his eyes to what's going on. Well, I mean, yeah, you could say that was a wish. I mean, he wished for you to go straight, and you're going to go straight now. So he's going to go ahead and stop the gang that he's been working for, and his son decides to tag along. He says, I want to help you. You don't help. There's something you can't do. You're a little kid. Hiya, Slug, so you got away from Captain Truth, huh? Great. Now we've got a load of jobs. We got a load of jobs to do. So he knocks out one of the criminals and starts taking off with the van so he can, return them back to truck. So he can turn them back where they belong to. The other crooks don't like this, so he starts to try to run them down because for some reason they're out in this mountain trail. I don't know how they got there. They just show them walking off in the distance and no mention of a car or anything. So apparently they're high up in the mountain. So him and his kid walked all the way up this mountain pass to get... never mind. Okay. So the crooks are wearing him down, and he tries to run them off the road, and they end up slamming them both off the cliff. Captain Truth flies in. Oh, both machines are machines. Why would you call them machines? They're vehicles. Are falling, and all I can do is save one of them. Well, it's not a hard choice to make. So he rescues the truck and lets the criminals fall to their own death. After the Power Boy has... What? After the Power Boy has landed the massive truck, in the second to the last panel, you're going to call him the Power Boy. The entire time you have called him Captain Truth. You've referred to him as Captain Truth. It's called Captain Truth. Why would you suddenly get him a nickname that hasn't appeared for the last 15 pages? Anyways, gosh, I was wishing you'd show up, Captain Truth. You saved our lives. He's Captain Truth. I don't understand. Yes, but you and your dad were the ones who did the real work a few hours later. Just what we needed, a shipment of tungsten. The government is indebted to you, gentlemen. Well, that's that. No send-off, no fanfare, no the end. It just ends. And the government is giving Arthur the credit, and they're not thanking Captain Truth at all. How completely ungrateful. That is the what I believe the first, last, and only appearance of Captain Truth. Him and the magnificently oversized feather. Okay, I hope you liked this one. I hope you learned something. I sure did. Never listen to the voice again. No, don't start. Okay, so next week we'll go ahead and do the one that I originally was going to do for this video. And until then, I'll be seeing you.